the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. From right here in the studio, formerly known as one that was named after a hardware store. The gift that keeps on giving. When are these former Zaniacs going to get it through their thick skulls that if they continue to try to vilify and attack your old pal EZ, why would I not discuss that? Now, for a long time, these clowns have done this. We just want to move on. We just want you to leave us alone. And I'm like, okay, cool. All right, then do it. And then in the meantime, they're fabricating scarecrows for the We Hate Eric Zane party. They're beating me up on the Castaways United page over God knows what. And it's like, you know, when you do that, that is wind in my sails. That gives me I'm telling you, the guy who, one of the Zaniacs, former Zaniacs, Craig Danitz from Clearwater, Florida, he has said numerous times, whenever it's happening on the Facebook page or whatever, he says, why do you guys keep doing this? He is going to talk about this. The last thing we want to do is give him something to talk about. Not that I ever struggle with coming up with something to talk about. Okay? But let's be honest here. Tea and drama, spilling of the tea and drama, that is when I have stories like Trump indicted again, Blindside says it was all a lie. Okay? And this goes over that. I mean, you know, when you guys do that, it's that much of a priority. So, thank you. The audience loves when I beat you morons up. Okay, it's so simple. You're not good at this. I've been doing this all of my life, running my mouth. You will not find me trying to talk my way out of that. I have from a very, very young age, I have been doing this. I've got my Malcolm Gladwell 10,000 hours times about 10. So, you know, this is kind of my wheelhouse. You're like high school football team. I'm the New England Patriots. I'm the 85 Bears. So yesterday, I parked on the Eric Zane Show subreddit where someone had a long-winded post. And I am going to read it again just for context because some of you may not have been here for the Monday show or know anything about this. Excuse me, I need to drink this. So I'm kind of lost here. I keep seeing posts about FBH, which is weird to see FBH. Free Beer and Hot Wings, and Eric about who is the most popular. Now, I did not make those posts. They were done on a show that I haven't been involved with for almost 8 years. Which, by the way, I nearly took second place on that poll. Joe was first. Actually, I nearly took third place. Hot Wings was second. Free Beer was third. EZ fourth. Anyway. Some audience member of both shows posted it and had fun with it. Whatever. Great. I had nothing to do with that. But this guy says, I mean, the truth is, who gives a damn? Eric can talk all the shit he wants. But the truth is, his cocksucker is what got him fired. So apparently I put penises in my mouth. I mean, why would you knock that? What's wrong with that? Some people really find that enjoyable. Why is that such an insult? Oh, I have actually not had a penis in my mouth, but many people who do tell me it's great. So who knows? Maybe one day. I don't know. He has even admitted it himself. And then he goes, but even though Eric's admitted it himself, I'm sure his narcissistic ass would never admit to it now. Well, that's not true. Come on now. Eric Zane is a damn has-been. Still dumbfounded how he keeps the sponsorships he has. I mean, I would love to see the actual stats or how much business he brings him. I'm sure it's not a ton. I mean, he screwed over his local people, referring to the former Zaniacs. I don't understand this line, so I'm sure most of it is tax write-offs. I mean, he screwed over his local people. I just can't see people from, let's say, Florida saying, hey, this person thinks that because of half a dozen Zaniacs in West Michigan were butthurt from an incident a year and a half ago, that's all my local audience. I have no more local audience. I mean, he screwed over his local people. I just can't see people from, let's say, Florida saying, hey, let's call this number because Eric Zane said I should. Eric Zane has never been anything special. I mean, really, he's a guy with a big freaking mouth. True. And most of the shit that comes out of it is nothing more than lies. I mean, his biggest content is his brother-in-law's stinky ass and his dogs. Well, that's pretty good, actually. Oh, wait, I forgot his other content is talking shit about the older people in the chat. Now, that's not true at all. There's a lot of stupid people. Wait a minute. Are you saying like older, like amount of time that they've been listening, or actually the elderly, like Maureen? I made that joke yesterday. So for all of you new people who didn't know, the room he uses for his podcast was built by the older audience from the show. So yes, you are welcome for our hard work. Did you also know he invited us to his house for a pool party, but then after he decided to shame people for thinking he liked them. All right, this goes on and on and on. I don't know. You can look at it on your own. So then I'm enjoying the day yesterday over at Bosco's. And I see there's a couple more comments. I thought it was dying down. But enter Jamingo. Okay. So, John, who again, over consecutive weeks on his show, The Bigot Bunker, had a whole segment about me. I ignored it after the first one. And then after the second one, I was like, well. And I took those two bits of content and all the posts on the stupid Castaway United. I said, all right, let's just encapsulate them in one big show and just take them down for a whole day. And it was very one-sided, of course, because it was just me. But it doesn't matter. I used all their words against them. I think my favorite part was when John suggested that Boring Dean was a sexual deviant with Kate Creer, the wife of Paul Creer, councilman for Stafford Township, was taking exception to John, saying, that's not true. And John's going, oh, yeah, he is. He really is. And then I think Joke Master Boomer, or John, wait a minute, no, Boomer Bob was then saying, oh, no, I kind of agree with John. Corey wrote, all the former Zaniacs are pieces of shit with no social awareness and behave like animals. So I'm looking at this, and first of all, LV Maki, who is in here right now, says, so glad I found this podcast after all the MAGA shitheads got kicked out. Nothing worse than entitled middle-aged white people. FOD. Don't know what that stands for. By the way, not all people who are MAGA are like shitheads. They just happen to be shitheads who are MAGA. John weighs in with this. It's bigot bunker. Please get it right. John says, I have to be honest. The original post sounds like a false flag post to me. I think Eric wrote that himself. August is a slow news month. Wait a minute. What do you mean August is a slow news month? You mean like historically news doesn't happen in August? Really? So he's suggesting that because August is a slow news month and I wouldn't have anything to talk about otherwise, I have to write the stupid thing myself and then beat up John. Idiot. We need look no further than today alone. Trump, blindside, lady gets attacked by otters. That's just 3 off the top of my head that are going to buy me an hour and 15 minutes. That is ridiculous to even suggest that August is a slow news month, moron. I just feed off of what is fed to me. You are stupid. Stand by. That post was at least 15 minutes of content. I agree with that. Hell, this reply is another 15 minutes. Yes, correct. So you know, yet you continue to do these things. If it was up to me, I would tear into Eric like a grizzly bear, exposing all his left-wing goose-stepping lies. What? Left wing? The fuck is wrong with you? I'm a one-half conservative, you idiot. I can't believe he is still pushing. Now he jumps into this. I can't believe he is still pushing that COVID shot. It's proven that it doesn't stop you from getting it or giving it. Wow. Cool, John. That was a wild turn in this. First it was, I shouldn't even be responding to that. First, false flag. I shouldn't be responding to this, but I am. I would tear into Eric like a grizzly bear, exposing my left-wing lies. And then he's talking about COVID shot. This is why your show sucks. You can't focus. And then he goes into like various shit that he's read on the fucking whatever, listening to Dan Bongino or whatever, COVID facts. All right, of course it is to you. By the way, what's your problem with me? I never did anything to you. He doesn't address me. He said this next portion before I wrote that. He wrote, the issue is that Bob, Kate, and the rest of the people he bullies, because they stopped their Patreon subscription, would like me to leave them alone. Eric isn't worth it. It's hard for me not to club him back with cold, hard facts. Well, please, fill me in on some cold, hard facts, Bob. John, whatever the fuck your name is. Who gives a shit? I'll leave you with this prediction. Eric won't last. Wait, hold on. I'll leave you with this prediction. Eric won't last on Who Are These Broadcasts. He's just not good at it. I listened to last week's WATP. I can hear when Carl's annoyed with the guest. I heard that a lot on Saturday. Okay, so what he's referring to there is I have a sideshow that I will debut today at 3 p.m. Who Are These Broadcasters? Where Carl, myself, and Christian Blatt will review various hilarious moments and controversial moments from just broadcasting. And they invited me to be. He said, would you like to be part of this? I said, well, yeah, sure, I'd love to. John, who is a jealous fat little monkey, is suggesting that I'm not good enough to be on that show. And he knows Carl because he can tell when Carl is annoyed. Yeah, I know him too. I've been his friend for the last 2.5 years. I think I know a little bit about Carl, and I often say to him, hey, if you ever think that this is terrible or I stink, please do not be shy. Just send me on my way, and that's fine. That's why I wrote in this text message with that I posted. Really? Thanks again for having me. I hope I didn't suck shit on Saturday's edition of Who Are These Podcasts. Carl wrote, you were fantastic. Thanks so much for doing the show. See you Tuesday. Are you suggesting that you know Carl better than Carl knows Carl? John. Oh, my God. This guy is fantastic. And then I added, you're referring to Kate Creer, wife of Stafford Township Councilman Paul Creer. Yeah, that's right. And then one of them flagged that and said that I was either Kate or John flagged the moderator of this subreddit as this is harassment of me by revealing sensitive information. So because I said that Kate Creer, wife of Stafford Township Councilman, Republican, Paul Creer, and flagged it. See, it says it's personal and confidential information. Sent that off to the moderator of the Eric Zane Show subreddit, which I am the moderator. So I then approved the comment and said, no, it's not. Thanks for playing. Bye-bye. Which is hilarious. They flagged it like I did something. Hey, we're reporting this to Eric Zane. He's going to put Eric Zane in check over that. Well, yeah, okay, good. I'm glad. Approved, you idiots. They petitioned me about my comment. That's awesome. Oh, my God. Ryan says, cage match, big fraud taking on Jamingo. Agreed. I will fly to Jersey to fight you anywhere. You fat fuck. I'll fight you and I'll fight fucking Boomer Bob. I'll even fight that crazy bitch Kate and her stupid ass husband. I'm guessing they sleep in twin beds in separate rooms. I would guess that Kate gets her dick from Micro Cock Jamingo. I accept all fights. I will fight any of those people. In the street. Yes, in the street, in front of your homes. I'll make a tour. I'll go down to Buttfuck, Alabama, beat the shit out of Bob. Then I will go to fucking Stafford Township, beat up Paul and Kate. And then I will go to wherever the fuck that fat bastard lives, and I'll fight him too. Agreed. I will do it. Ryan says it'll go down like Musk v. Zuckerberg, with Musk saying he needs surgery and wants to practice in Zuckerberg's backyard with him first. Yeah, that whole dynamic of, yeah, Eric's just mad that he lost the Patreon people. Yeah, they have been more than made up for. You know, this is no big deal. It was a big deal for a little amount of time. I had some stress and anxiety after I decided to attack the former Zaniacs as best as I could and just rip that scab off. But I don't give a shit. I was never upset that anybody canceled the Patreon. I was upset because when I told Dean to fuck off, they all turned on me. And then I was like, well, you know, that's how it goes. They chose Dean over me, and I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with any of that. Kent says that EZ is a GD libertarian. I'm more a libertarian than I am a leftist. You know, I think Joe Biden's a crooked piece of shit who should be in jail as much as Trump should be in jail. LV Maki says FOD stands for fuck off and die. I didn't know that. Linda says, I'm not sure they're entitled because they have nothing. And it's so true. I mean, my God. And then they're like, well, it wouldn't be so bad if his fucking people who are on our Facebook page wouldn't tell him. I want them to tell me because it's hysterical that you dipshits think that you are funny and engaging and witty, intelligent, attractive. Oh, my God. Patrick says, I listen because of the studio is aesthetically pleasing, but he spells aesthetically ESTH. I'm pretty sure that starts with an A. No offense, but I think there's some you got to brush up on your spelling skills, Patrick. I love you. You know that. Let's see. Nothing else. Kent says those dipshits could just boot people off their page if they didn't want it to come back to you. Well, there are several. There's a lot of people on it. There's more than 1,000 people on it. Only about 10 participate. Most, it's just they don't even pay attention to it. But so when they do get on there, rather than just having like a local mailing list on Messenger, like a group chat, they just post it out there. So if anyone on there is pals with me and just keeps a low profile, then they tip me off. They go, hey, they said this about you. I go, oh. Now, truth be told, I do pay attention to it in case there's anything that they say that I could like sue someone over. And they never do. They like haven't done that. But they do tip me off when my name is brought up because. Oh my God, it's fucking great. This is so simple. You make my job so goddamn easy. And Jamingo, you have no ability to do anything to me. If you really want to do this, you're more than welcome to be on my show. You are carte blanche. You have carte blanche. You can come on my show and discuss any of this with me. I would love that, as well as I would love to be on your show. If you want to discuss anything, I will answer all of your questions. You can accuse me of all the wild things you want to accuse me of, and I will gladly put a finer point on it for you. Beating the shit out of you like I am right now or have been for weeks now is easy. You're not here to defend yourself, but if you ever want to give yourself a fighting chance and tear into me like a grizzly bear, whatever stupid thing you said, by all means, let me know. You have all of my contact information. I won't run from anything. You're invited. You can come on right now. I would reach out to you and say, yes, here you go. My God. So don't even act for 1 second like you can't be on this show. Okay? You can come on every fucking day if you want. You're a goddamn gold mine, you fat fuck. Jesus Christ. You might as well get here, though, sometime soon, because you're old, you're fucking disgusting, your arteries around your heart are full of fucking plaque, and you're going to have a goddamn widowmaker before you know it. So make haste and get your fat fucking ass on here. All right? That's what you need to do. And Bob, oh, God. Me bullying Bob? When the fuck have I ever bullied Bob? The only time I've ever said anything about fucking Bob is when I was responding to you dipshits talking about me. And all I had to do was let Bob tell jokes and blink his eyes like a goddamn goldfish. Do they blink? Over and over again on the... boy, that was dumb. When do we... Goldfish don't blink. That was like one of Bob's jokes. Jesus Christ. So, no, I don't bully Bob. Jesus. What, by the way, what blinks a lot? What can I was trying to compare him to something there, and I failed miserably. Anyway. You get what I'm talking about. That's the only time I've ever said anything about Bob. That dipshit. Jesus Christ. It's not my fault that he's lonely as fuck because his wife found a better man. They should do a podcast with all the his eyes flap like hummingbird wings. Better than goldfish. All right. In fact, you both can be on this show. You can plan your attack. Oh, shit. All right. So, again, the only thing you're right about, John, is that I will use your words. Correct. I will use your words. And, you know, one of the side effects of this is a lot of my audience is going to check out your show Wednesday. I realize that. It's worth it to me. I'm not going to be the one that goes, I don't want to give them the publicity. If I had to choose between not wanting to give you the publicity, and I am choosing not wanting to give you the publicity, and ranting and raving about how much of a dumb fuck you are, I will take ranting and raving about how much of a dumb fuck you are 10 out of 10 times. I don't give a shit if anyone wants to spend their Wednesday watching their show. Take that opportunity. Do a good job. Be engaging. Be funny. Be interesting. Good for you. Don't waste that opportunity. I've said this before. I think there are moments on that show where it's actually pretty good. Not all. And I would say that about me too. I would say that your show is good enough that it would not be reviewed on Who Are These Podcasts. It's actually something that I think I could listen to until you guys get into some of your political shit. I just can't deal. But when you're actually being funny with each other, I can take that. I think it's acceptable. It's not terrible. It's adequate. Good enough. It's better than a lot of the shit I hear on podcasts. But fucking A, you're a goddamn imbecile. Holy shit. So if you want to pull your whole grizzly bear tough talking shit on me, do it here. Do it here, you fat fuck. What are you waiting for? God. You might even win. All right. Nate says we could compare John or Bob. God, why can't I keep those fuckers straight? To Blinken from Men in Tights. I'll have to take your word for it. Linda says, get over it already, losers. It's been over a year since Eric lied to your ears. So, I don't know. All right, that concludes this portion of the Beating Up Jamingo show. I hope there is another one. I hope next time I can do it with this fucking face on here. By the way, after I posted that Kate is the wife of Stafford Township Councilman Paul Creer, which, by the way, if Paul Creer's constituents were aware that Kate is on there laughing along when they play drops that have the N-word. Can you imagine what the voters would think about that? Oh, no! Oh, no! NJ.com, headline. Asbury Park Press, headline. New Jersey 101, headline. Councilman Creer's wife participates in far-right podcasts with N-words flying. Oh, my God. What? Councilman Creer is going to be, I can guarantee you he doesn't know what the fuck goes on that show. What Councilman Creer, he has no idea. He's just like, oh, I'm just going to let her do her thing. She's happy. She stays out of my way. I don't have to deal with her. Jesus Christ. You know, and it's not really your fault, Kate. Well, it is because you associate with these scumbags. You should hear the shit she said about, what's the name of the one that got the Bud Light cans? The guy used to be a guy, now is a girl. And then everybody hates Bud Light now. What is that name? Danielle Marshall? Dylan. Bob Dylan. Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney. Oh, my God. You should hear what she says about Dylan Mulvaney, like all this hate talk. What the fuck? All right. Anyway, that would be horrible if the constituents found out about that. I would not want to be like an elected official. That'd be a free market solution, to be sure. You got to be careful what you say when you're an elected official, or you got to be careful what your wife says. Jesus. Chris says, Daniel Marshall, LOL, what the fuck? Old school NBA guy. Well, I got the DM in there. Come on. All right. All right, that's it. I'm done. I swear to God. From the broadcasting live from the Councilman Paul Creer studios, this is the Eric Zane Show podcast. And I am now going to kick the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube folks out. I appreciate you so much for being here. You, as always, can download the show, the audio podcast, wherever you download shows. On any podcasting platform, just search Eric Zane Show Podcast on any of the podcasting platforms, and you are good to go. You can listen at your leisure, on demand. Same thing for Twitch as well. Those episodes are up there in perpetuity. You can check any old episodes out, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Thank you again to John for 37 minutes of high-octane fuel. You are the wind beneath my wings, Jamingo. Thank you for supporting the show and fueling me with, well, what I would say is a spectacular rant. The audience seems to agree with that. I'm getting favorable reviews in the comments. That makes me happy that they enjoy these types of moments when I have to obliterate disgusting fucks like you. Okay. Oh, by the way, one more thing on this. God damn it. I wrote, okay. In all seriousness, John, you really do hate black people, don't you? No offense, but you and your pack are ugly people. Not just physically, but ugly on the inside. Really gross. And that's true. The N-word usage on the show is off the charts. Even I was like, oh my God. Holy fuck. Hideous. Very, very bad. Ryan says, I don't understand the disclaimer. The Eric Zane Show podcast would like to remind you. I can't even. Why would I read the disclaimer? I'm not making shit up. No, I refuse. You're going to get a ban if you make me read that disclaimer. All right. Okay. So I'm going to kick you guys out now. Thank you so much for being here, enjoying the open and live stream of the show. Oh, one more thing. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Sign up free for 7 days. Wednesday is another fraudulent Wednesday. We're kicking off the evening with another episode of Who Are These Justins? Ben Glaze and I are going to review the latest material from Justin, the idiot from the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. My God, who we just obliterated on Who Are These Podcasts. We'll have Who Are These Justins, and then we will do the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast afterwards. Thank you so much for following on Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane for free 7 days. What are you waiting for? You do have to put a payment form in there, but what the fuck, do that, and then off you go. After the 7 days, it will charge you. If you cancel before the 7 days, no charge. And you get the full 7 days. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Thank you so much for signing up for free.